Hello everyone, today we're just going to jump straight in with a petrol head moment for you. Yes, lovely green little car there. Ah, and look at him, he's got a green cap just to match his car, look. Or is it to hide the bald patch? Not that there's anything wrong in being bald, I don't want the Mitchell brothers after me. There is however something wrong with his car, we'll get back to that in a second. But first, we're going to have a look at the traditional London cyclist to the left hand side. That's not a shared pathway, you're not supposed to cross like that, and at least if you are going to cross like that, look at the lights. Yeah, so quite a few things wrong from the traditional London cyclist. So let's get back to having a look at what's wrong with this guy's car. Well, the car struggles to stay in the lane. You see the road markings there? For some reason, the wheels seem to be going over the line. I don't know why. And the indicator doesn't work neither. So there's two things wrong with the car. But I do like his little green hat that matches his car. All joking aside, I do wonder sometimes how these people have these old cars that look absolutely immaculate and they can't actually even bother to keep it in the lane or indicate. So a little bit of a change in the format. We have the intro now, so welcome to another video. And now we're on Epsom Downs. That's the racecourse next to us, Epsom Racecourse. And in this clip, I want to address something that was said in the comments section quite a while ago now about concentrate on your own driving and stop looking for things. Well, that's part of driving, isn't it? Where are you looking here? Where is everyone looking here? I'm looking so far down the road. I look further than the end of my bonnet, which is why I probably see so many things where other people don't see them. And that is part of driving. What I'm looking at here is that green van that's taken that corner so wide up there is on my side of the road. That green van there is a long way over on my side of the road. The camera doesn't pick it up brilliantly, but he's still on my side of the road. And there is a reason for that, which you'll hear me say. Get off your phone, mate, and you won't be driving on my side of the road if you do that. Unfortunately, because of the reflection and the speed we were going towards each other with, the camera didn't pick up anything, but I saw it with my own eyes. Now, instead of a petrol head moment for you, we've got a plane spotting moment for you. Any plane spotters in the crowd here? Yeah, it's going to be coming over the... Well, you can see it in the distance there to the right-hand side of the coach. I'm sure some of you are going to know exactly what that is. And don't say a plane, I know it's a plane. Now, I've seen some people actually stop when this happens. They get scared that the thing's going to hit them and they actually stop. Because believe it or not, it is quite noisy when it goes over the top of you like that. Now, in this clip, we are looking at a van in the middle lane and we're also looking at a professional driver behind the one that's behind me. Now, the professional driver pulls out on that van there, making the van pull out to the outside lane. Now, the van was not happy and it did a really poor effort at a brake check in front of us here in a minute. When it goes to the front camera now, it pulls in front of it and does this. Yeah, just to show that he was not best pleased with that car pulling out on him. Was it worth it? No, obviously not. Now, in this clip, we are coming up to a set of lights that are going to be turning amber. And it's funny how some people go to the brake and some people go to the accelerator. Which one do you do? For me, it does depend a lot on who's behind me and how close they are to me as well. Now, in this clip, this guy is the idiot of the week. Without a shadow of a doubt. Just doesn't think at all about other cars on the road. It's ridiculous. It's a really stupid little setup we got here. Obviously, you got the keep clear sign here, so I can't go in there. But on my traffic lights there, I have a filter light that's turning left and it goes on before anyone turning right. So this girl's pulled out here and the filter light's going to come on and she's blocking my path. I can't go anywhere. Should she have stayed behind the giveaway lines? Probably, because she can't go anywhere anyway. So why do it? But then when the filter light does come on, she opts out. She goes the other way. But that idiot here has seen all of this and does that. Oh, well done. Well done. And then he looks at me with this great big smile. You are an idiot! Yeah, good thinking, mate. Good thinking. Good thinking. So now we're looking at the Burke in the Merc in front of us, who is a total bellend. Oh, you arsehole. You absolute arsehole. Now I need to take that back, because that there is an insult to arseholes. He is much worse than an arsehole. Because we ain't finished with him yet. It's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit down here. Obviously, we're in London, 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. You know, you've got to bring London to a standstill. That's what they're trying to do for some strange reason. Bring London to a standstill. If not, drive at a ridiculous speed. So, he's not happy driving at 20 miles an hour. Neither am I, to be honest, but I will do it. So, he's going to try and overtake the thing in front of him, with a bike coming towards him. Eventually does it, and off down the road he goes. He doesn't get that far away from us, really, because I know where he's going. I'll speed it up here for you. And to the left. He's going to the shops. He's going to the shops. He or she is going to the shops, but they need to drive like that. So what's down there is a retail park. That literally is all that's down there, a retail park, and he's driving like that to get there as quick as possible. Anyhow, we're going back to Wimbledon now, and it's the amber light again. Which one are you? When it goes amber, do you go to the brake or do you go to the gas? Which one? I go to the brake. On this occasion anyway. He goes to the accelerator. Yeah, although he passed the stop line, he had plenty of time to stop. More time than me in actual fact. Now in this clip we are looking at the self-entitled cyclist. There he is there. No crash helmet, but then he doesn't need a crash helmet because there's not a lot going on between his ears. It's just fresh air in there, I'm sure. Because there's a red light there. He decides just to go straight through it. And there's two buses coming from the right hand side. And he decides to go up the inside of them. You can't see it that well, but I will point him out just in a second when he does come back into shot. There he is there. I mean, how stupid have you got to be to go through a red light and up the inside of a bus? Crazy. And speaking of stupid, crazy and dangerous, we've got this car that's just about to overtake me in a second. We're coming to a roundabout. There's two lanes that enter this roundabout, and there are two lanes that leave the roundabout on the exit that we want anyway. So he's done nothing wrong so far, but he's a little bit too far over my side there. Nothing to be worried about though. But then he does this. And then he comes back over again. I don't know why. But I don't know if you saw that. Did you see it? I'll show you again. All the damage on that side of the car. I wonder how that got there. Any ideas? Now in this clip we're looking at the blue car in front of us. Why on earth would you drive that close to a bus? Why? It's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit road, and you are driving so close to the bus that if it did have to brake pretty hard, you're in the back of it. What is the point of that? You can't see through the bus, so you're looking and hoping that his brake lights work properly. I don't get it. I don't get that sort of driving. So as soon as it can try to get past him, he does. Goes out to the outside lane, but hits a red light. Now the car in front of him is going to be going slower than the bus. So he's made a bit of a boo-boo there. And then he struggles badly to stay in his lane. I know why, because he wants to undertake him. And I'm in his way. How many lanes would you like to get round this bend here? And obviously, as soon as he can undertake him, because I'm turning left here, he's going to undertake him. 6:45 in the morning, not a lot of traffic on the road, and you still run into idiots like this. Oh dear. Now in this clip, I'm at the end of the Mad Mile. There's 3 lanes here, and you'll see that van that's come up the middle lane there. And it goes into 2 lanes straight after these traffic lights. Look at all that space behind me that he can go into. Look at it all. And yet he gets into that weeny little gap there, and then he realises, hold on, there's a gap there. So not that bright, is he? Not that bright. I think there's a phone going on in this van as well. Don't see the phone, but if you look carefully, you can see a lot of head movement. Either that or he's on serious drugs. Because his driving isn't great neither, so maybe it is bloody drugs. You'll see him get really close to me in a second. I mean, I've got nowhere to go. I've got cars in front of me. And yeah, you'll just see him get closer and closer. I'm pretty much doing 40 miles an hour at the moment. There's cameras everywhere, so you're not going to be going more than 40 miles an hour, not unless you're a complete idiot, which he's going to be going faster than 40 miles an hour. So you'll see him messing about with stuff on these dashboard there and everything, reaching over for things. And the head, you can just see the head moving around. It's not natural where he's looking. So we've just had to stop at traffic lights there, and he's desperate to get past me, and he will do in a second by pulling out and going round me. This car to my left here is a bit slow. So he's pulled out, and then he will do exactly the same as what he just done to me to that car and get really close to it. I'm going to be pulling out because I'm going to be turning right. I mean, that's too close. Absolute arseholes, the lot of you. Yeah, go on now, do some undertaking, mate. Cretin. But if you have a little look down this road, how many people in the outside lane not overtaking anything or not turning right? It's just a joke. How many people just do not know how to use a road properly? Now in this clip, I'm sitting at these traffic lights in Epsom, and my lights are just going to be turning in a second. They're going to go red and amber. So over there, that van will have a red light. I'm sure of it, but doesn't stop him going through it though, does it? Something tells me, Mr. Van, that you went through a red light there. I don't know why. Probably because we had a green. Now we're looking at this guy here for this clip. It's a little quiz at the same time. How many cars do you think it needs to undertake him before he gets the message that he's in the wrong lane? There's only 2 lanes here, and he stays in the outside lane for far too long. So how many cars do you think it's going to take for him to get the message? There's number 1. I'm going to be number 2. Never thought I'd hear me say that. I'm a number 2. There you go. We go to the rear camera. This guy here is a bit reluctant to do it like I normally am. So he takes his time to undertake. He's thinking about it, and then he does it anyway. Number 3. Number 4. He's still out there. He still hasn't got the message. So we're coming up to traffic lights now. So we're going to have to go back to this guy, because I'm so lucky I had another idiot behind me. This one here. He catches me up pretty quickly there. And he's revving his engine and getting far too close to me. I've got nowhere to go. You've seen how busy the road is. And you'll see him in a second pull into McDonald's a very peculiar way. He uses parking spaces as a slip road for some strange reason. I have no idea what's going through his head. Yeah, there we go. They're parking spaces. That is not a slip road, but he uses it like a slip road to go into Mackie D's. Strange. Very strange. So we've gone back to the front camera now, and remember, that's the guy we're looking at, and we are at number 4. So I'll speed it up here now and see if there's any more. Any advances on number 4? 4 people before he gets the message at the moment, and he hasn't got the message. So How many more is it going to take? And that van has been behind him the whole time, and too close as well behind him, and he still hasn't got the message with even him doing that. Well, that car is actually turning right. He's turning right there, which was about 4 miles away from where he started to be in the outside lane. So the answer was he didn't get the message. So it was a bit of a trick question anyway. So we are approaching now Rose Hill roundabout. It is one of the worst marked roundabouts I think I have ever been on. It's awful. No one seems to know where they're going, what lane they should be taking or anything. And I'm talking about people, local people that use it every day are still getting this wrong. And the road markings are just dreadful. You can see on the road there where you should be, the A217 and the A297. The A297 is the second exit. The A217 is the third exit. I want the fourth exit, so it isn't even on the ground. So, you know, I'm not even catered for. And there is another exit after that. So, yeah, you can't write everything on the bloody road, though. Now, a lot of local people that watch this channel say to me sometimes that I'm in the wrong lane. When I come round this roundabout, that I'm in the wrong lane to go down the side of Lidl. You see Lidl over there to the right-hand side. That's where I'm going. And they say that I'm in the wrong lane because my lane says straight on. Now, if you look at it, when I go round this roundabout in a second, you'll see that there's only one lane to go right, heading towards Lidl. But there is 4 lanes that leads into. That cannot be right. That cannot be right that it's only one lane that turns right. It's a very difficult roundabout to explain to people, but obviously that car in front of me was in the wrong lane. The blue car was in the wrong lane, and this Nissan in front of me is just going to queue jump and go in there and cut across everyone. Now you can see the right-hand lane is a right turn only lane. Now that's where people were saying that I should be. But if you look behind me, I'm going to follow the Audi. Yeah, the Audi is getting it correct the way I think it should be done. The van obviously is in the wrong lane to start off with and has cut across the Audi. The Audi's doing it exactly the same way as I do, so I cannot be wrong, can I? If an Audi's going to do it, it's always an Audi, so you know I'm going to be copying the Audi, so I've got to be correct. So bear in mind that car there is in a right turn only lane. It doesn't want to go right. That car there is in a right turn only lane. It doesn't want to go right. One more. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, the Birkin the Merc is in a right turn only lane. And guess what? He doesn't want to turn right neither. Now, them ones are out of order. They know, it's clear that it's on the floor where you're supposed to go. But as you come round this bend here, you'll see that there's more lanes that go right than just that one. You can see these idiots were all in the wrong lane on purpose, but there's the Audi and the blue car behind it were in the exact lane that I was in, and they copied me, or they do that way all the time. You'll see that little red car to the left hand side, that's queue jumping. And we're going to go back to the front camera now, and I'll show you what this shitting Peugeot does here, and the car behind that, and the car behind that. They're all in the wrong lane because they all should be turning right. So as we come round here, I cannot understand why there's only one lane that turns right here. In no way can there be only one lane that turns right there. No way. And 2 lanes that go into one to go down the A217. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And as we pull away here in a second, you'll see that little red car that shot up the inside of us all when we were waiting at the lights, as we're waiting at the lights here. That will come right the way across over to the left. See, there's 4 lanes here. You can't have 1 lane going into 4. That just is ridiculous. It's got to be more than that that turn right at that little roundabout there. That part of the roundabout is not a little roundabout. Now I'm going to show you, or try to show you this again. Now this Peugeot should definitely be turning right from that lane. I've got straight on arrow there, as you can see, but when you come round here, I should be going round there and she should be going round there like that. As I say, the road markings are awful. We've got 2 lanes going straight on down there, and yet there's only one lane down there. There is two at the opening there where that car is. That car is in the middle of two lanes there, believe it or not. But it goes into one lane straight away, and yet we're only supposed to have one lane going into four going right. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Believe it or not, most people actually follow my route here. The route that I've taken to go down the side of Lidl is the one that near enough everyone does. You can't legislate for people like this shitting Peugeot next to me who's gone in a right turn only lane on purpose to beat traffic. Doesn't matter how bad or good the road markings are, you will always get people like that try it on. Always. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Idiot. And he doesn't even turn right, so I don't know why he had to pull out. So we're at the airport again, and we come into a roundabout. I don't know how many times I've got to say it. It's priority to traffic approaching from the right. Why are you stopping? You have priority. Even the person driving the bus looked confused at why he was stopping. And that's not me talking in the car. I have enough trouble with English. So we're on the good old M25. And it's the A3 turn off again. That slip road there, the traffic has been going back for well over a mile now. But some people just don't see it, or they don't want to see it. The self-entitled type, you know, the ones that go down any lane of these 1, 2 or 3 and just cut across right at the end, a few feet from the end of the junction. I seriously don't understand why they've not got cameras on here, and anyone that does this gets an instant ban because it is so dangerous. There he is. It's normally the same type of car, isn't it? And near enough every time it's the same type of car that does it. And look how close he is to the end of the junction, a few feet away. Them guys have been waiting in that queue for a mile and a half. The signs have been back there, and yet they do that. So a little while down the road, we've just come off the M25 at the Chesington Leatherhead turning. Going left takes you to Chesington, which is really busy, which is really blocking up this whole roundabout here. I don't want to go off to Chesington. I'm going into Leatherhead. So I want to be going straight on really at this roundabout, not turning left or the second turning, which is the Chesington turning. But I'm being held up by that traffic. I want to go as close to the inside of the roundabout as possible to get around these, and obviously I can't because people are moving out from the inside of the roundabout there to go down the Chesington lane. They shouldn't be in that lane anyway. They should be way over the other side. So I've gone past my stop line, but I'm not going to block up the roundabout, and I'm just going to wait here and use this as a proper roundabout and wait for my green light and see if anyone bloody blocks this roundabout. The van to my right hand side there is leaving a gap, which is quite good, you know, but the cars to its right hand side isn't. But then for some strange reason, then he does that and blocks it. Yep. Good job, mate. Good job. So I've got no choice but to go and try and push out. Otherwise, I'm never going to get out. So I've got these guys in my way that are all going round the other way. Now I've got this guy behind me, sponsored by Ray Charles sunglasses there. I've speeded it up here because he's obviously on the phone and he's obviously having a bit of a meltdown. He uses his horn and all that sort of stuff on me. I don't know where he expects me to go. You just saw the front camera there. There's no one else in the car with him, so I'm presuming he's on the phone or he's on some seriously good drugs. So he tries to make 3 lanes out of 2. He tries to go to my right hand side as we're looking at it, even though he wants to go down the same way I do. There you go. There's the horn that just went off. Where can I go? Who are you bibbing? Who are you bibbing? I mean, what an absolute plum that is. So, there he is behind me. And the thing is, though, here he goes again. It does make you laugh in a little while. This guy is as silly as he looks. Yeah, well, actually, he's sillier than what he looks. So he's made a third lane here. He can't go anywhere, and he's going to block up the guys to our left as we're looking at it. He's not going to go past me because the gap is where I am. So he's got to cut across back to where he was, which was behind me. Now, here comes the weird bit. Here comes the stupid, funny bit, really, and serves him right. Where we're going, I'll show you on the map in a second, is down here to Leatherhead. Now, I'll show you on the map here. We came on there. That's where we came on. Everything to our left-hand side there was chock-a-block, as you just saw. Now, I'm going down there. That's where I paused this video, just there. Now, that guy in that BMW there, Mr. Einstein, he's going round the roundabout again. So he can only go back onto the M25, what we've just come off of, or he's going to rejoin the traffic there. Because remember, we came on there. He's only got two options: to go back on the road that we've just come off of, or hit that traffic from another angle. So, not the sharpest tool in the toolbox, that one. He really was sponsored by Ray Charles, wasn't he? Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, but can you let me know if you like this length of video or you want them a little bit shorter in the comment section down below, please? That'd be really handy. Thanks again. See you later. Bye.